Well, alright, everybody, check this out. Honestly, I've been waiting for this moment for a very long time. I'm with Young NTUC, as you all should know by now. And the man who actually got me involved in Young NTUC is right beside me here. So first and foremost, before we start this interview, this wrap up, these messages to you, I'd just like to say a quick thank you to the man. Steve, brother, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure all this time being with Young NTUC. So thank you very much for getting us on that path. I've got a few questions for you actually. And we also like to get your feelings behind these issues that we've been facing, that the young people, the youth of today have been facing, and maybe we could get your take on it. The first topic is youth and unrealistic, and how unrealistic things are about now. It's been said that the majority of the respondents gain employment within 2 months of graduation, with a starting pay of $2,000 and below. So tell me, do you think that this in itself is realistic?
In response to that question, I think if you compare this, what is happening in Singapore vis-a-vis what is happening worldwide, what you see in Europe, in Greece, in Spain, in Italy, what you see in the US, where jobless rate is quite high, and you compare it with Singapore, on average, I think many of our young people on finishing school, polytechnic, universities, I think they can find a job right now relatively easily. Starting pay of $2,000, if you ask me today, well, it's fairly good, it's reasonable. Of course, you hear people who actually get more, and there will always be people who will get more, there will be people who will get 2,000, there will be people who get less. So the key thing is really to be satisfied as a starting point, and then work your way up from there.
I like the fact that you brought up the word satisfied. Satisfaction. The youth of today are a really hard bunch to be satisfied. They put in a lot of hours in their school, in study in NUS. What is a point of satisfaction that you can actually put a mark on?
Well, it's interesting that you brought that up. So whilst you were saying that, I was just wondering, whose satisfaction is it? Maybe it's the parents. I have friends who have young kids. A lot of the pressure that you go through is enforced upon by yourself, right? And of course, we all want to do well. And it doesn't help that in a society like Singapore, every morning you wake up, on top, below, left, right, you have neighbors who actually want to compare with you, compete with you, and it is in the essence of our people. Despite all this, I think there is still space enough for us to say that, hey, actually, sometimes we do need to take stock of our lives, whenever we are, and ask ourselves, what's for the next journey, the next distance. So I think overall, my sense is we don't do that enough as a people, right? We are always busy rushing from point A, point B. So I think as a people, we are generally very, very pressed for time. And I think that we should really take that time off, be it 10 seconds, 1 hour a day, just to reflect and be true to ourselves.
Nice. Be true to yourself. I like that very, very much. Should they take their own time to find the perfect job or grab any opportunity that comes their way? What is your advice on this one?
Well, if you ask me, when I first graduated, I had 3 job offers. So one was actually a French supermarket that was just starting in Singapore.
Parlez-vous français?
No, I don't. I can't speak French. But it's come and gone, so I can't say names, but you know which one it is. The other one was actually a Danish shipping firm, and the third one was actually a commodities trading company. All these were MNCs, big companies, but the opportunities were very, very different. Different industries, different exposures, different kind of job scopes. And I chose based on salary. Many years later, there are days when I can't sleep and I think I should have taken up another offer rather than the one that I took. So what's the moral of the story? I think a lot of times when we look for jobs, we look at very, very mercantile factors. Whether the office is in the CBD, whether we get the highest pay, whether we work the shortest hours, and perks and stuff like that. But I think what is important is you must enjoy the job. You cannot go to work every day hating yourself for taking up that job offer. Just like you cannot play in the English Premier League if you absolutely hate football. Right? So I think rather than choosing based on mercantile factors, first off, look for a job that really interests you. It may not pay the best, but if you are interested in it, you can carve for yourself a career in there. And so what if it is a wrong choice? 3 years later, 4 years later, you may decide that, hey, I still have enough time, let's focus on something else that interests me. So that would be my advice to whoever is looking for a job now.